welcome to the Yeah Come On show. With
Oh, you didn't do our room shot.
Southside Steve. I don't have those skills yet. I did this on the fly. I can't fade it in real time yet.
Oh man,
I know you're so
like
excited.
the room. I love a good room. Can you just hit the room shot for a second?
Yeah.
Hi.
No, we were
How's
supposed
it
to go
going?
to that.
Seriously, hi.
And then we fade into us talking, but
Yeah, that was abrupt. That bothered me. All right, for everybody, I want to apologize to you right now as I stare at you and I say sorry for the abruptness.
well, it's kind of like our old program director Kevin Steele said at Fox FM when we started our morning show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a banana. We're peeling the layers and we're adding things as we go. That's kind of how this is working. I'm getting to know the equipment and the editing because remember, we have no producer. Do you see a producer back there?
No,
No, it's right here. She's
right
here.
there. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
so,
what about me? What am I? I'm a prop guy. I'm bringing in things for us because I have taught Jeff into doing a little bit of broadcasting over the holiday. Wasn't easy, but because you don't have family in town, because you don't even dig Christmas, because you are truly a Grinch, if there's anybody I can ask to work a little, I'm the one that has to look at my family and going, I'm only going in the studio for an hour. It's 15 minutes there, 15 minutes home, and we do it for 30 minutes because it's a Christmas show. We'll probably only do 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm trying to get Brian Finneran and Chris Medlin on together. Former Atlanta Falcon, former Atlanta Brave. I hate it for Finneran. He never got the big ring. He never got a Super Bowl. But Chris Medlin left it. Atlanta Braves and went to the Royals and got himself a World Series.
So he's got one. Finneran doesn't, but he did play with Matt Ryan. He played on, but it was
he played with Vic too, man. He said that he thinks Ryan was an incredible quarterback, but he said nobody threw harder than Vic and nobody threw more like effortlessly. I mean, I watched Vic. It looked like he just slung it and it would go 60 yards. Any other quarterback is stepping back, leaning into it, and throwing, making it look like it's hard as hell to throw 60 yards.
Well, I played golf with Finneran once at a tournament, one of the 680 of the fan tournaments, and I got to say he was the nicest, most gentlemanly fellow I've ever played golf with or met at a public event.
My mother-in-law has a crush on him. She does.
Yeah.
She's met him so many times. He's a true gentleman. Perfect posture
Yes.
for a tall guy. So we're looking at having them on for a show. So I just need you to be open to it. And we'll dress in Santa clothes. We'll make it quick for the listener. But think about it. On Christmas, there's moments where I think people will glance at a show like ours just to get a quick fix or have a quick laugh.
Well, plus we'll be one of the only new shows with new content,
Yeah.
On the last 2 weeks of the year. So we'll do a couple of shows for this week.
Because
and
most
maybe-
people take it off.
Yeah, so we're going to add some new content that might take us to the top of the charts.
Top of the charts. Right now, I'm talking directly. Am I right on camera right now? I'm not even looking at a monitor.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. If you like us, that's great. If you subscribe, that's even better. We are not ever going to charge, right? We're never charging for this.
No. The sponsors will have to pony up the
Sponsors.
Yeah.
So when we sponsor somebody or they sponsor us, excuse me, we ain't sponsoring shit. No, when you sponsor us, that's how we're going to get paid. But they're not going to sponsor us unless we have at least, 100, 1,000, 5,000 subscribers.
Well, there's about 1,800 now on this page.
We're doing
So-
that. That's just for something we dabbled with. Now we're serious about.
Right, so that should double by January. By the end of January. By a month, we should double. I think that's my hope.
Yeah. But if you love me or Jeff, if you say, yeah, come on, or you've ever bought a Polar Bear cooler, if you care about your 96 Rock tags and shirts, know that Jeff made them all from 2001 on. If you've ever used Still Horse Law, he made all. I worked for George Stein for 12 years handing out those shirts. I never knew you made all of our stuff.
I made all the swag. And, you mentioned the 96 Rock plays because we see a lot of them around town. Every one of those people should be subscribing to this show, right?
Everyone, because I'm a true 96 rocker. Now, I know the orange and black were the 80s. And, hey, I listen to it too. But those listeners are older. But regular guy fans, or Christopher Rude and the Wake Up Crew where I got my start, Christopher Rude was red and he was orange and black until the show ended. We went red, white, and blue around 2000. And then obviously after 2000, 9/11, we went with the red, white, and blue with the stars in the back, which is my favorite tag.
Yeah, that was the height of the regular guys at 96 Rock.
It was the height of the show, and it was a tragic time, and it was a time where everybody bonded together in rock and roll and loving America.
Yeah.
Boy, if we could go back there for a second. But that's why we have that tag. It's in our studio. We have the history in our studio. And no doubt, Jeff and I are 96 Rockers, and we're Rock 100.5ers. Jeff's got some river action. We are rock, and we both got 88.5. And I don't know about you, but I did nothing but rock on commercial radio. I mean, on college radio.
Yeah.
I didn't give in too much. I did a specialty show and played the regular stuff, but it was some weird ass music.
Well, by the time I got into it, they were skidding away from being 99X. They started to be known as a local, because you worked there right around the time 99X started.
It started. I was there before it started. Then there were rumors, and when it started, everybody was upset because they stole our playlist.
Right.
But I was saying to everybody, they make money. They're a real commercial radio station. This can only be good for this format. If people want to listen to us, a bunch of college kids introducing songs, then fine. But they got all our interviews too. Yeah. Before that, we were getting interviews. But that's the history. So really, we're just asking you to subscribe. That's all I need you to do. And it means more than you know. And we're going to have gifts. We'll talk about that. We're giving away a Yeah Come On hat and a Polar Bear cooler. And we're giving it away to 2 new subscribers. And then we'll also have gifts for the first 1,800 that have been with us for 4 or 5 years.
Well, that'll be a little bit later on when we have a budget for 1,800 gifts.
Yeah. Until then, you guys just hold up. But so right now, that was good, Jeff. Did I sound pathetic doing that? Because this is live radio and we go straight through. And you cut me off. I hate begging for subscribers. How do you do that and just be cool? I just want to say like it, but people just don't think about it. I had to call one of my brothers and go, dude, subscribe.
Listen, you're right, because I watched this YouTuber, Rick Beato, who is a producer and he's a YouTuber, lives in Stone Mountain, and he's got like 5 million followers.
No, and everybody I know that's somewhat famous has been on his show. He hasn't talked to us yet.
Yeah, well, but he said in every episode, he cuts in and says, hey, most of you are not subscribed to this channel. You watch it, so you got to subscribe. That helped him get all of his great guests like Ed Roland.
Ed Roland, who we can have on pretty much anytime we want. That's the love. As I was the first to play him, and we've been thick as thieves since day one. And Ed and I dated the same girl back in the day before either one of us had any degree of fame. Of course, I don't try to compare myself to a guy that wrote 8 #1 songs.
Yeah.
And lived in the Ritz for, I think, 2 years. and God knows what he drives or what he does. And, I can't compare. So she'd have been better off with him than me. You could interview my wife right now, and she'd tell you that. And Out of Work Southside Steve, hey.
I don't think we're ready for her to be interviewed on the Come On show yet.
No. You know why? Because it's not censored. I don't want to hear what she's going to say to me. No, that's fun. But so, when you think of Christmas, and we all are thinking of Christmas, we've got a Scrooge in the room. And I've even asked him tomorrow, I've got one as a joke, but do you own a shirt, like a Scrooge shirt?
I don't own any Christmas swag.
So I need to bring my Scrooge shirt in for you to wear.
I'll wear the Grinch shirt. Now, I'm not really a Grinch.
It's not Scrooge. Yeah, you're a Grinch.
No, but I'm not really that. I'm just agnostic about it. I don't get hyped about it, but I don't poo-poo it so much. I'm ready for it to be over whenever it's Christmas time. Let's just get past it.
Wow. See, that's why I see you. I've got a Scrooge and a Grinch. The Scrooge is funny because you're kind of that guy. What people don't know about you is you're a numbers guy. You keep the numbers for your company. You do things. You know how to pinch a penny, and you know how to blow a wad.
Oh, my God. I think that's the title of this episode.
Pinch a penny or blow a wad. There it is. It always comes out. And, for me, I think that you're more, I know what's happening. I'm not against it. I just don't want to participate. I'd rather make money or just do what I want to do, which made you more Scrooge. The Grinch hated Christmas. You don't hate it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You don't want to take my gifts from me.
Correct. Yeah, I guess it'd be more of a Scrooge.
You're more of a Scrooge. All right, we'll see what we put you in tomorrow, whether you go Grinchy or Scroogey. Either way, you're negative. What's your issue?
No issue. It just, a lot of it comes from working in retail a lot, very busy during this time. So it just kind of makes me okay. And people get all. If you work in retail during the holidays, you know what I'm talking about. It can people can be asinine, and I just assume skip
Well, that's
the whole
horrible
thing.
that it ruined it for you because, I've got a mother-in-law that dabbled for like 4 or 5 years at Anthropology and looks like she was having fun. And they're all, well, let me wrap that for you and let me sprinkle some stuff. But it was, everybody looked pretty happy. Every once in a while you might hear the negative person. But the war stories come from my brother. He worked for Payless Shoes for 30 years. Already you're paying less, which is great. Already you're dealing with people that may not have the best social skills. With is it wrong to say with lack of money comes lack of education?
Yes, that's true.
I could say that.
Although it goes across the whole economic spectrum. There's a lot of a-holes, rich and poor.
That's true. I don't know. I think because the other one, the broke one's going to get belligerent and maybe hit me, and it's going to get physical. So I guess I would take the a-hole that's wealthy, that's going to use words I need to look up, like a thesaurus or something like, what did you just say? But that's what ruined it for you, being in retail. My brother had a hard time with it at Payless because people come back and they're trying to beat the system. He got very, very frustrated, which is why now he's a fireman because he got used to putting out fires. Mm-hmm. See what I did there?
I see.
I mean, that's corny as hell, but I did it. All right. Let's talk about a young lady. I want to get into her first because she's taking me straight into Steve MZ. We'll start with this audio. Think about it. If you could do security for anyone, if you're a guy and you've been in the police department or you were a Navy SEAL or say that you were just in the Army and Special Forces, Green Beret, what have you, and I look at those kind of guys, there is an industry for you. You don't have to just work for a security company, but a lot of people find themselves doing what Kevin Costner did, the bodyguard.
Private security.
Private for famous people, but you're at their beck and call. One of the most famous, the person with the biggest purse right now that is an entertainer, she's in the top 3. She's about to get married to a tight end. We're talking about Taylor Swift. This is what it takes.
No wonder Taylor Swift's bodyguard makes $1 million a year. You won't believe the strict rules he has to follow. Reports say that Taylor Swift gave her longtime bodyguard, Drew, a $300,000 bonus on top of his $1 million annual salary. Being Taylor's bodyguard is no easy gig. Drew has to follow 3 strict rules, and if he doesn't, he could lose his job and face a huge penalty. First, 24/7 protection, even in the bathroom. With Taylor's global fame, she's a target wherever she goes. Drew has to be on call at all times to ensure her safety. Even at the Super Bowl, when Taylor needed to use the restroom, Drew had to go with her. Second, signing an ironclad confidentiality agreement. Taylor's staff must keep her private life under wraps. Drew knows everything, but he's legally bound not to share any personal info about her, or he'll be out of a job. Third, staying in top physical shape to handle emergencies. As Taylor's bodyguard, Drew has to be ready for anything. Many of her bodyguards are ex-special forces, trained to react quickly. Once, a fan tried to grab Taylor's foot on stage, but bodyguard stepped in and stopped him.
Those are all reasonable to me. You
got to watch her go to the bathroom.
Well,
now, I imagine once she's safe, you can step out if she's doing it too. But I bet he's heard her tinkle.
Yeah, this is if they were in public places in the stadiums on tour. I'm sure, like at home, it's pretty private. Of course, he's got to have a NDA because he does see everything.
Oh, he knows everything, and he probably overhears conversations because he's in the limo with the girlfriends.
Yeah,
he's in the limo when she's talking to whoever her confidant is about Travis Kelce or about any other guy, whether it's a mom or a girlfriend. He hears everything,
and he's got to obviously be in shape. I mean, it's weird when you see bodyguards that are the out of shape big boys.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you going to do? Just pull out a gun and shoot? What if there's hand to hand?
Yeah.
No, you got to be in shape. I guess the further you go down, you can have a bodyguard. There were moments in my career where I was like, if somebody said something and the regular guys like to push my buttons and I was going out 3-4 nights a week, like I'm going to Coyote Ugly. I'm going to be there from 8 to 10 in Buckhead. And some dude's like, you're a tool by, jealousy. Like, oh, you think you can get laid by any girl? No, you're such a D-I-C-K. And then I'm like, and then Larry would do it to piss me off or he would put the person on. So now I'm on air with a guy that hates me. And I was always like, all right, dude, I'm not hard to find. 8 to 10 tonight. I'll be at Coyote Ugly if you want to vent, bro.
And he showed up.
Oh, they show up. Oh, yeah. I've had him show up. I've had one guy got drug out because he tried to swing and hit me from behind, and a bodyguard grabbed him. And when they pulled him out the door, they ripped half his ear off. True story. And he's in the police car holding on his ear. He goes, dude, man, why? I'm like, because you tried to hit me from behind. What did I do to you? Turned out I was sleeping with his best friend's ex-girlfriend. That's a reason to hit me? So bodyguards, I get it, but I can't imagine at her level the crazies.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
there are, it's tough. I mean, there are, there's downfalls to being rich and famous, I guess. What do you think we should be? Just a little bit famous and moderately wealthy? What's a good, or just have maybe 2 or 3 million in the bank, not $1 billion?
Yeah, just a few million.
That would be good. Nobody's going to want to hurt
I don't want
us.
to have a bodyguard.
You don't want a bodyguard.
No.
But I was going to say there's several APD officers, and one of my buddies is undercover. And there were moments where those dudes said, "Hey, just put me on a tab. I got you tonight."
Mhm.
And they drove me or had me ridden. Every once in a while I had one. So I can't imagine. I'm just a low radio guy, but I'm also the guy that brings you Steve MZ.
Oh, I got some Steve MZ for you.
Do you? What do
We
you
have
have?
a passing.
Well, you
Number
better hit my sounder. I don't want to hear about it.
Steve MZ.
Who passed?
Chris Rea.
Chris Rea. All right. Chris Rea. How do I know Chris Rea? Is he in a band? He's in a band.
He was the singer,
Singer.
and his big hit was "Fool If You Think It's Over." Fool if you
Think it's over.
Yeah.
Wow.
He just
When
passed-
the title wasn't enough for me, therefore I know it's not enough for my audience. I know we can't play it, but how does it go?
Yeah, "Fool If You Think It's Over." It's kind of a
Fool
yacht
if
rocky
you-
kind of late 70s, early 80s hit, slow love song. He's got a very raspy voice. I just saw he passed away at the age of 74.
Well, that's sad.
And he also has a pretty big Christmas song that people are referring to, but I only know him from that. "Fool If You Think It's Over."
But he would be like for Yacht Rock, if any of y'all have ever seen it, or the Schooner bands, the spinoffs, that would be in their
Yes.
their playlist.
Yes, for sure.
100%. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jeff.
Yeah.
And it's a
There's our-
passing.
our-
That guy's like a C or D. You can't just say he's dead.
No, I still don't believe in that.
Well, you're a good man. You're keeping us. We're going to heaven. I can tell you who might not be going to heaven. Hunter Biden, maybe Joe Biden. Not trying to get political and Steve MZ, but something came out. A great tagline, a great statement. Hunter Biden calls Daddy Joe's Afghanistan withdrawal an effing failure.
Okay, so he's calling him out.
Called out his father, said it was a bad move. The way they did it was all wrong. And he literally did an interview. I don't know whether Hunter, cares. I don't know if he's trying to get out of trouble or he's trying to seem legit, like, hey, I'm not just going to tell you my dad's great. No, he made a mistake. Maybe he shouldn't have been in the White House. I'm trying to see why he cleans his closet. What's in it for him? Maybe just to be a better person, accepted, and not go down on Joe's ship.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're referring to, he was on the Sean Ryan show.
Yes,
It's one of
that's
these
exactly what I'm referring to.
Long-form interviews, and I saw a clip of him talking about how the laptop was all fake. The clips are real that they found. The clips of
Okay.
him doing drugs and with the prostitutes and all that. That was real, but there was no laptop. They just compiled all these video clips that were stolen from his phones and other computers or something to that effect. He was,
Okay.
he was trying to explain that whole thing about the
All right.
computer repair guy discovering the laptop, and that was all staged.
Oh, okay. Well, look, we'll call it like it is. But I did all those things, but there was no laptop.
Yeah, right.
No, I did all of it.
That's what he,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he said, yeah, there was just videos of me being a degenerate, but that's it.
Well, you know what? At least he admitted it. Who knows? I don't think I would be a degenerate if my dad was the president or the vice president. I want to believe I could do it a little bit better. Yourself?
Well, yeah, or just don't film yourself doing those things.
Yeah.
Be more discreet.
That's why we're all in good shape. I can tell you what, I didn't have any of these tools, and I wish I did. I did do some crazy stuff, jumping off into a rock quarry and things I would love to have on film. But, man, if you had me at the parties on film, I'm canceled. Chevy Chase, should he be canceled? Should he not? He confronted Lauren Michaels over the SNL 50 exclusion. He said, you should have had me on that stage. That is a problem.
He should have. I didn't even. This was like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
wasn't
but
it?
now it's come back out. I guess a reporter grabbed him or somebody with TMZ grabbed him because that's where I got it from. And, when they see these people in the airport, they're going to bring up whatever they can. And I guess he's still upset about it and said, yeah, I should have been on the stage. But for people that don't know, that he was only on it 1 year. And
Yeah.
my cousins came down from Maryland and they had the SNL album where you could listen to all the bits, and Chevy was all over it. But he only worked on the show 1 year, and then he went to film.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the ones that left it, and then there's some that won't leave it. Keenan.
He's the longest one.
Never, ever have I seen anybody go that damn long. All right, it's the holidays. There's just a little taste of Steve MZ, and I've got some cool gifts that I might bring up today or tomorrow. Jeff says it's too late, but the reason I'll bring it up when I do it is because maybe it's too late to order. We're a few days out from Christmas, so you can't get it here on time. Is it okay to give New Year's gifts?
Yeah, that's a perfect way to remedy if you go to a party and someone gets you something, but
And you
didn't
haven't-
get them anything.
So you
Want to make up for it with a New Year's gift. I think that's what we'll do for tomorrow for the Christmas show.
We'll do that for the Christmas show tomorrow, and that's Steve MZ.
Well, he talked a little bit about the Hunter Biden interview. I want to watch that whole interview. He's pretty. He seems like a fun guy to hang out with. I tell you that much. If anybody,
He's a playboy.
anybody you want to party with, it's Hunter Biden. But let's get into a little bit of politictainment since we kind of touched on Biden there.
All right.
Polydictainment.
And more Epstein files have just
Yeah.
come out. Same thing, more pictures, and Trump says it's going to hurt, some innocent people. All these pictures. I mean, everybody hung out with this guy, and
Yeah.
everybody took pictures.
Let me tell you, if I was at that level, say I'm an A or B actor, I'm in LA, I'm doing my thing, and this dude's like, hey, my friends tell me there's a dude named Epstein. I'm trying to think how people would have talked about him. They didn't say, hey, he's got underage girls. They're all there against their will. Let's go have sex. Nobody said that. So they probably just said, he's got this cool island. He flies you down. It's a lavish stay. Do you want to come for the weekend? And he purposely went to people with wealth that would recognize what he had, and he wanted people that wanted to have fun. So was it athletes? Was it musicians? Actors?
A business. It was
Business?
everybody who wanted to hang out with.
Would you go? I'd
Billy-
get on the damn plane.
Yeah. I would.
Now, if I got there and it was weird, I'm like, hell no.
let's get out of here.
But guess what? I've seen bad things at strip clubs and at bars and clubs, and I walked away. You can walk away.
Well, they released a little bit more. The Department of Justice, of course, a lot of it is redacted. Lots of pictures, some videos. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, says they're still having to go through and redact to protect victims. That's why they're piecemealing these releases, even though the law, whatever that was passed a while ago, said they had to release everything by December 19th. So a lot of Democrats are calling for the impeachment of Pam Bondi because they haven't stuck with releasing everything, but they're using that excuse of victims' rights and protection to piecemeal all this stuff coming
The
out.
only person that wants them to release everything is probably People Magazine, TMZ, Steve MZ, because it's good content, and I'm just a horrible spinoff of TMZ, and I respect what they do. But I'm just going to say it's a bunch of crap. It's like those old magazines that right there where you checked out at the grocery store that my grandmother bought, where they're like, aliens are here. This
the
is done.
National Enquirer and all that stuff.
Yeah, so that's all it is. All it's going to do is cause problems. And all I want to say to anyone that's upset at Pam Bondi, think about it. Public swimming pool, you're hanging out. Maybe you put on a rubber ducky for your kid who's over there thinking it's funny, or maybe you're doing it to make your wife laugh. And then a young girl is in a bikini behind you, and she goes, and she leans in, nice ducky, playing around, and somebody takes a picture of that.
She photobombs you.
It looks horrible. You imagine me with her. You imagine me cheating on the wife that's laughing over here. Those are the things you think. There are photos that are innocent, just like when a girl comes up and just kisses you. It's happened to me in a club where I didn't even know her. It happened to me at Wild Bill's one night. A chick just came up and tongue kissed me just as a joke or a spin, and I'm just a radio guy. This is a famous person, whether it's anybody from Clinton to Trump, who had no aspirations of politics at the time. It looks bad.
Yeah, and it's all even multiplied now with all these AI photos going around. Because now you can release, people are making AI photos. In fact, I heard there was an AI video of Jeffrey Epstein killing himself in prison.
Saw it today. Saw it this morning.
But it was fake.
It was fake. It shows him in there trying to kill himself. And we're like, whoa. That camera is inside the jail cell. We were never told there were cameras in the jail cell. We were told that the cameras in the hallway where the two guys fell asleep caught the corner caught the corner, not even his jail cell. In other words, you could not even see him inside his jail cell with the cameras that are in the prison. Yet all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, how did they get a camera in his cell? Was there one there all along? No, it's AI, and it's horrible.
Well, where's the AI video of him getting murdered in the jail cell?
That's next.
Someone made that one.
How do we stop AI? And I know we're within a politictainment segment, but for anybody out there, my mom will get sucked into any of that. Hell, chances are I could. I run everything by you because you seem to be an AI expert. As it gets better and better, how is anything proven in a court of law? Why are cameras, why are Ring doorbells or anything going to matter?
Good question. I actually saw a clip about that. There has to be some sort of thing you put on a file that will indicate if it was really from a camera or if it was edited or from some AI program.
And if you don't do that, you can be arrested. You have to. You have to, because I need to know what's real or not real. I can still appreciate the humor, but if it's fake, you can't make me think. You can't put it out there like it's real.
Polydictainment.
All right.
Ready for some sports?
I'm ready for some sports. What we do during sports is we have 3 sports guys. This is brand new. It is the Yeah Come On Show, 4 hours of radio in 30 minutes. Lately, we've been hitting 40. Jeff's giving me wrap-up signs off camera. We're trying to tighten it up. We will. It's a work in progress. You're here with us for the first week of the Yeah Come On Show radio show. So now Jeff's not coming up. We'll try to call him one more time. Jeff Boggess is going to give us the scores and the stats that you need to make good predictions, either on DraftKings or maybe you've got a big fantasy week, and nothing's better than Christmas NFL. We got 3 games, and that's all I want to talk about with Jeff Boggess. The 3 games, and that's it. So when he picks up, that's all we're going to do. And he's going to give you what you need to hopefully win money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. Okay,
I like it. I like it.
Let's do the sports then.
Let's do it, baby. Boom, baby. Yeah, come on. Sports. Yeah, come on. Sports brings us to the Sultan of Stats. That's what he is on socials. He's, to me, Jeff Boggess with a J, not a G, like G off over here. Sorry, Jeff Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to say about G off? I mean, it makes it sound.
It's all I know, so I'm used to it.
You're G off.
Make fun away. G off, gaff, whatever.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're okay. But no, he also does extra things to make money, and this is how he came to us over 15 years ago in radio. I've been with Boggess that long. He's been on Rock 100.5. He's been anywhere I've ever been. And he had the horrible responsibility of dealing with the regular guys, but you dealt with a lot of A personalities in town that were on it, and we have some on it now. And I thought we would at first, from the guy that hands you scores, go to Empire. Oh, wait, I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a new show. You have
Football.
to relearn it.
Yeah, it's
Empire.
It's fantasy football empire.com. It's fantasy football empire.com for all your scores. We're going to talk all Christmas scores. That's all I want to hear. It's the fun day. I want to win money on Christmas just in case I didn't get what I wanted. But talk to me about the Yeah Come On Show fantasy football. We're now at the end. I know who I've beaten, who I've lost to. I didn't make it in the playoffs. Jeff, you didn't.
Why am I still playing, though?
Because you just play for ratings, and it has a lot to do with just pride. Or Boggess may decide that could be the order that you get to pick in next year based on still trying. It's all up to the guy that runs the league, and he runs fantasy football, the Yeah Come On League. Talk to me, Jeff. Who's in first place? And answer Jeff's question, why are we still playing?
Well, we're playing because there are the consolation bracket, which I call the biggest losers bracket. For the people that didn't make the playoffs, they're still playing for 10th place. You know, it's so important because 5 years from now, we're going to look back and say, who came in 10th place? And no one's going to know. So you're just playing for pride. You know, that's it.
All right.
Really important is who's playing in the finals. In the finals, once again, 2 really good teams. Let's start with Brian Finneran, 12-2. He's won so much this year. Great team. God. He's playing Chris Medlin, which is Medlin with your mom. That's his team name. and Chris Medlin 7-7, squeaked into the playoffs.
Oh,
knocked
you
me
gotta
out in
be
the first
kidding
round.
me!
That's my score.
Wait, he got in with a 7-7 and has won when it counted. So he's coming out of nowhere.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, I was the third place team. He knocked me out, and then he won last week.
Oh,
Now he's in the
man.
finals.
Chris Medlin. So you got third place in the league?
Now I'm playing for like sixth place, I believe. I'm playing
Oh.
West Side Ruckus this week for
All
I think
right.
sixth place.
Well, I'm sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. I can't believe Chris Medlin got in. Here's the cool thing about Brian Finneran being 12-2. I beat him 2 weeks ago, so I'm one of his losses. I'll take it.
Yeah, 12-2.
12-2. So it looks like the guys are agreeing to come on. So we'll do that tomorrow. Are you available
Cool.
tomorrow? You're not working. I take it you're off.
I am off.
All right.
I'm available.
How much money did you pay yet? Did you? Because I don't usually pay.
Yeah, I pay at the beginning of the season.
If I haven't paid yet, let me know. I'll pay. Everybody has to pay up, including Mike Mills. I want that REM money.
Yeah, he's paid. He definitely is one of the first people every year to pay.
Well,
believe it or not.
I love
when
him.
you're when you have songs that probably gets a $50 check every day from some of the royalties from the REM songs.
Every
so-
15 minutes.
Really?
Probably, yes.
Can you break that down for us, even though we're talking football, guys like that retired? Well, REM retired like 10 years ago, but when the music's played, what does he really get royalty checks on the daily almost? Or
Not on the
monthly?
daily, but I bet if you broke it out, you could break out some sort of hourly rate that he gets that he has to split with the other guys because they share everything. They share all the
It's
songwriting.
3 ways.
4 ways.
4 ways, excuse
Yeah.
me.
Less their manager, or whatever. But anyway, you could break it down where he gets a wage, by hour if you were calculate everything worldwide.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you have that. Now, Jeff, we don't have big money. Help us get big money. What can you do for our listeners right now for Christmas football NFL? What 3 games and who do you like to win? And who's a good person to pick? And who's somebody that maybe you're not thinking about that could make you money?
You got it. So we've got 3 games on Christmas Day. First one starts at 1 p.m. You may or may not be done with your Christmas dinner, but you
dinner
can have the
or
game on in
lunch?
the
You
background.
mean lunch, right? Doesn't he mean lunch? Where are you from?
Brunch, however you do it. Some people eat early, some people eat late,
Christmas dinner.
or some people eat all day. I don't know. I know there's a game on at 1 o'clock, and what's important is knowing what channel the game's on.
Mm-hmm.
This is really strange for Christmas. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
There are no games on regular TV this Christmas.
They have cut out the
You have to
normal
be a
TV watcher.
Netflix, the
Man.
Netflix subscriber
Okay.
for 2 of the 3 games, and then you have to have Amazon Prime for Prime Video to get the night game.
Oh, I don't know if I got that. Wait, no, I do. I've got Amazon Prime and I got Netflix. I steal it from my in-laws. Should I have said
Perfect.
that? Should
There
I
you
have said
go.
that? Was that wrong?
Yeah,
No, everybody's
we
doing
can
that, but
edit it out.
Netflix is cracking down. It may not last with Netflix.
Okay. Go ahead. All right.
Right.
I've got them so I can get them. So tell me, what's the first game? 1 p.m. I'm ready for football at 1.
First game, Cowboys
Mhm.
against the Commanders.
That's a great game if it was
Cowboys
the Redskins.
6-8-1 versus the Washington Commanders 4-11.
Oof.
Sounds like a consolation bracket game in our fantasy football league, quite frankly.
Yeah, I've got no choice on that one. My quarterback for fantasy was the Redskins quarterback. And of course, he got knocked out early, which hurt me. I still see him a little bit as
Daniels.
America's team. Daniels is out. I'm going Cowboys.
Oh, I am too. Big on Cowboys. I like the Cowboys. DraftKings. I've already looked at the weather for all 3 of the games. One game's a dome game. You don't have to worry about it. But the Commanders game in Washington, D.C., really nice weather. The Chiefs game at night, it's going to be like 60 degrees, balmy, perfect weather.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the team's not as good as the weather, but
No.
you don't have to worry about weather in any of these games. So we've got Cowboys at Commanders at 1. We've
Mhm.
got Lions at the Vikings at 4:30.
Mhm.
Lions have a sliver of hope to make the playoffs. Are 8-7, but need a lot of help to get in. And then the night game, this is the Chiefs have packed it in game.
Mhm.
Broncos 12-3, playing for home field advantage, playing the 6-9 Chiefs. The
All right.
line on that game is 13.5.
13.5 Broncos, and I get it. And on that one, I totally understand it because home field advantage for the Broncos, I'm telling you, altitude matters. I think they always have the advantage there. And the Lions and Vikings, those are two teams I would be totally okay with winning the Super Bowl. I think anybody, because they're just the old school NFL teams. And you're just like, you're happy. Vikings have lost 4 Super Bowls, just like Buffalo has. The Lions, it's been a minute. I think everybody cheers for Detroit. I mean, if you've ever been to Detroit, give them something.
Yes.
Who do you like?
How much comes out of Detroit?
Yeah, not much. Get me DraftKings real quick. We got to go fast here because I promised our listeners I would be done fast. This is fast radio. Who do you like as QB for DraftKings for the week? For the day, excuse me, Christmas Day.
For Christmas, I'm going to stack Dak Prescott at quarterback.
Okay.
$6,900. I'm projecting him for 23 fantasy points.
All right.
I'm going to also stack him with George Pickens, wide receiver for Dallas.
Because if he's going to win,
$7,300.
if he's going to be a great quarterback, he's throwing to somebody, and Pickens is the guy. You like him better than Lamb?
I do.
Okay.
I absolutely do. Lamb's kind of fallen off. I like Pickens. He's a guy that's done great, and he's playing for a new contract. So
new
incentive
contract
there with Pickens.
See, that's why you got to have fantasyfootballempire.com. He knows who's coming up for a contract. I don't know that crap. Go ahead.
And I also like the running back for Dallas, Javonte Williams.
Yeah, Williams. Yes.
So I'm going by air, and I'm going by ground.
Now, I don't want you to give up all of them because you deserve to win the big money. You got to leave 1 or 2 for them, but give me a good receiver.
I actually like staying with this game. Dallas's pass defense is porous, so I like Terry McLaurin.
Okay.
For the Commanders, he's $5,800, pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to get double-digit fantasy points. So
anybody else?
and
yeah.
I need more. I would go with the Denver defense too. That was the other point I wanted to make. $3,700 against Kansas City. They're going to have a field day against that. It's terrible offense.
Yeah, it is. That poor quarterback coming in there. I know what he's doing. He's like, Kelsey, I'm just going to throw to you about 15 times. Okay, just catch it and run. Kelsey's going to get pounded. I bet Taylor's like, can you pull him out? There's no reason for my honey to be in there. Is there anybody you like as a tight end besides me?
I do like, besides you and Jeff, Jake Ferguson. I'm going to go with him, Dallas Cowboys.
All right.
Prescott's going to have a big game. He has a plethora of receivers.
Wow.
Tight ends, wide receivers, like them all. But Ferguson's only $4,300.
Mm-hmm.
Get him in your lineups this week.
Well, there you go. That is from my main man. Are you putting out a fantasyfootballempire.com list for people to purchase this week?
I am giving it to you for free as a Christmas gift. So go to fantasyfootballempire.com.
Wow.
And you will see all of the rankings, the plays of the week for free.
All right. Attention, people. This just in. From the Yeah Come On show, we're saying, please go to fantasyfootballempire.com. It is FREE, free, from Jeff Boggess, the Sultan of Stats. Special Merry Christmas to you, sir, for being so kind to our people. We're not giving it to anybody else. I'm not putting this online. It's only going out to you guys. And Jeff, thank you for doing that. Can I get a yeah, come on, and anything weird you want to say about Alabama?
I want to say Merry Christmas, a yeah, come on version. I also want to say what a great show you guys got. I love the new format.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling for you guys. You guys are going to do awesome, like you all always have. And Roll Tide, I know we're playing the number 1 team next week, Indiana. We're looking for a rematch with Georgia in the national championship game.
Well, guess
That's
what?
my prediction.
We will have you on to talk all things college football as well to help people out there. Thank you so much, Jeff Boggess. Yeah, come on!
All right.
It's time now for track 13.
Yeah, we're going to wrap
in the show.
Yeah, and as people may know from our radio show, sometimes the track 13 relates to a story in the show. And because Chris Rea died at the age of 74, we talked about that in Steve MZ, passed away. I thought we would do his big hit from 1978. It's not quite a track 13 because he's more of a one-hit wonder, but it's not like it's a song you hear on the radio a lot.
I didn't even know the song until you sang it. This is one that'll take you back, but you think it's the least that they can do, they being them watching this, to listen to this song because the guy's gone.
Yeah, and it is a great tune. Number 12 on the Billboard charts in 1978. It is Chris Rea, Fool If You Think It's Over, on the Yeah Come On Show. Link in the description.
Yeah, come on.